Hello. One, subscribe. Two, like, share, subscribe. Three, like, leave a comment, subscribe. 4, subscribe. Okay. Our lesson for today is approximating square roots of irrational numbers. This is for week 7 of grade 7 mathematics for first quarter. So here is the most essential learning competency. Estimates the square root of a whole number to the nearest hundredths and plots irrational numbers up to square roots on a number line. Then our objectives: estimate the square root of a number to the nearest tenth and hundredths. Illustrate and graph irrational numbers on a number line with and without appropriate technology. Describe and define irrational numbers. And illustrate and graph irrational numbers on a number line with and without appropriate technology. Let's review for a while. Find two consecutive integers between which a square root of 8 lies. Okay, for our solution, since square root of 100 equals 10 and square root of 121 equals 11, no, as you can see here, no? So here, the square root of 100 is 10 and the square root of 121 is 11. Okay, and so we could say that a square root of 100 is less than the square root of 108, where 108 is less than the square root of 121. Yet we know that the square root of 100 is 10 and the square root of 121 is 11. So therefore, the square root of 108 is between 10 and 11. Okay? Now, the divide and average method can be used to approximate square roots. So this method is as follows. Okay, so if square root of a is equals to b, and a is equals to b times b, and a over b equals b. Now, this means that when a is divided by its square root, b, the quotient is b. If we use an estimate for b that is less than b for a divisor, the quotient is greater than b. The average of the divisor and the quotient can be used as a new estimate for b. Now, we have example here. Approximate square root of 40 to the 10th place. All right. Solution. Find two integers between the square root of 40 lies, which square root of 40 lies. So we know that 36 is less than 40 and 40 is less than 49. Therefore, square root of 36 is less than square root of 40 and square root of 40 is less than 49, square root of 49. And we know that the square root of 36 is 6 and the square root of 49 is 7. So therefore, the square root of 40 is between 6 and 7. Now, because 40 is closer to 36 than to 49, we may try 6.3 as an estimate for the square root of 40. Alright, what are we going to do? Divide 40 by the estimate 6.3. Alright, how are we going to do that? Now, okay, using the pen, so we can use here. No? Okay, so we have 40 divided by 6.3. Alright, so we can move this so that we can add 0. It becomes now 400 divided by 63. So we have 400 divided by 63 equals 6. Okay, 6 times 63. Now 6 times 8 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry 1. 6 times 6, 36. Plus 1, 37. No? And then subtract. So we have 10 minus 8 is 2. And then this will become 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. So that means it's already 3, no? So 3 minus 3 equals 0. Okay, let's add decimal and then add another 0. Then bring down. Then put another decimal here. So 220 divided by 63, we got 3, no? So 3. Let's try to put 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. No? 3 times 6 equals 18. Then subtract. This 10 minus 9 is 1. This will become 11. And this will become 1, no? So because we borrow, 11 minus 8 equals 3. No? Okay, 31 cannot be. So we can add another 0 here. So 310 divided by 63 equals 4. Alright, so 4 times 63, 4 times 3 equals 12. Then carry 1. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1, 25. Alright, then subtract again. 10 minus 2 is 8. 10 minus 5 is 5. Okay? Okay. So we have now 58. No? So therefore, our estimate is 6.34. No? Or the the quotient is 6.34. Now, okay. Step 6, get the average of the divisor and the quotient. So we have here the 6.3 plus 6.34 divided by 2. So if we're going to add that, no, 6 plus 6.34. So we have, okay, 0. So we have 4, 6, and then we have 12. 12 divided by 2. So we got this estimate 6.32. Note that the square root of 40 is approximately 6.3 to the 10th place. Since square root of 40 is non-terminating or non-repeating decimal, we say that the square root of 40 is an irrational number. And we know that an irrational number has decimal places that go on forever and don't repeat in a pattern. Any number that cannot be expressed as a quotient of two integers is an irrational number. So the number square root of 2, the pi, and the special number or the e are all irrational numbers. Okay? Now, let's have some exercises here. Which point on the number line below corresponds to its square roots? Okay, so we have here the square root of 40. All right, we know that the square root of 40, so you can use your calculator if you have scientific calculator. And the square root of 8 is equals to 2 point. Okay, so let's use the the pen. The square root of 8 is equals to 2.8. No? So it's almost 3. Now, if you are going to put that here, no? So it's almost 3. So it's right here, no? Because malapit siya sa ano. Yan, that point is right there, no? And the square root of 11, okay, equals 3.3. The square root of 11 is 3. As these are tenths place. So almost here, no? So this is the square root of, okay, so this is the square root of 8, square root of 11. Ayan, okay. And the square root of 15 square root of 15 is 3.9, no? So let's, okay, erase. Actually, the square root of 15 is 3.87. But if we're going to round it out off to the nearest tens, that is 3.9. And 3.9 is almost 4, no? Here. Okay, it's almost 4. And then, the square root of 17, no, equals 4.1, okay? Actually, 4.12, so 1 only. So, dito lang, lumagpas lang ng konti dito. Okay? So, kanya yung pag-estimate, no? Or you can plot, no? Plot the points on the number line. And the square root of 2, okay? The square root of 2 is 1.4. So, here, no? Something here. Yan, dyan banda. Square root of 4. Alright? Or 1.4. Oh, okay. So, 1.4. So, that means malapit konti sa 5. So, malapit siya sa kalahati. Lapit-lapit natin. So, because it's 1.4, kung ito yung kalahati dito banda. No? So, yan. Diyan yung 1.4. Okay? So, do you know how to plot now? Alright. Now, let's have here another exercise. Now, you look for this exercise for in your module. So, because there are some examples. Now, I'm just giving you examples on how to do it in your modules and in your worksheets. So, fill in the blanks with less than or greater than. Use your calculator to extract the square root of the given number. Okay, so if you have a what you call a cell phone, you can have here, you can use there your calculator, no? Mayroon scientific calculator and some of the yung Android phone, meron yan. Now here, first of course, we're going to compare who is the greatest or less than or greater than. So if we're going to get the square root of 3, the value of square root of 3 is, using your calculator, is about 1.7. So if this is 1.7, that means this is less than 2.22. So, mas maliit siya. And then we have the square root of 45. The square root of 45 is 6.7, or is actually 6.71, so we can use 6.7. And 6.7 is greater than, no, 5.35. So yan, ganyan po ang pag-compare, no? So this is what we call less than, and this is greater than. Okay, next we have square root of 30. And square root of 30 is equivalent to 5.47. We can have 5.5, which is less than 7.20. All right. Next, we have square root of 12. Square root of 12 is 3.46. Okay, 3.46 is greater than 2.46. All right. And what about square root of 11? Square root of 11 is equal to 3.31 or 3.3, and it is greater than 1.31. All right. So that is how we are going to compare the square root with the decimal. Get it? All right. All right, let's continue. So let us approximate its irrational as indicated, or irrational number as indicated. Okay. So, example, letter A, square root of 24 to the nearest 10. So we're going to estimate a square root of 24, no, to nearest 10. Okay. So if we're going to get the square root of 24, no, so if we're going to use the long method, 24 is 4 times 6, right? 4 times 6, okay. And the square root of 4 is 2. All right, so we can separate that. We can use square root of 4 times the square root of 6. Okay, the square root of 6. Okay, the square root of 4 is 2. And we get the square root of 6. So 2 square root of 6. Now using your calculator, so you can get the square root of 6 as what? The square root of 6 is 2.449. Now if you are going to use 2.449 now, so if we're going to get the 3 decimals, but it says we need to get to the nearest of tenth. So ang tenths natin ito. Now yung 2.4 is the tenths place. So what will be our answer? So if we're going to approximate that, no, so we have 4. Okay, so if we're going to multiply this, that will become 2 times 2.449. That is 4. Now this will become 4.898. Okay, so you can multiply using your calculator. So therefore, we could say, now using 3 dots, it means therefore, the square root of 24, no, is equals to 4.898 or 4.9, because it says here we need to, or approximately, no? So we can use the symbol. We can use the approximation symbol. Okay, like this. This is for approximation. Yes, medyo ano lang, no? It's approximately 4.9 because if we're going to round off, this is uh, 8, 9 kasi yung kasunod niya, no? So, tanggalin natin to ng 1, dagdag natin dito. So, it becomes 9, no? So, 4.9 is the approximate square root of square root of 24 to the tens place. Alright? Next, we have square root of 90. Now, for square root of 90, we could say that square root of 90 is 9 times 10, right? Okay, so 9 times 10 is square root of 90. Or we could say square root of 9 times the square root of 10. Okay, and we know that the square root of 9 is 3. Alright, so 3 square root of 10. And using your calculator, so we have 3 times. Okay, using your calculator, you can extract the square root of 10, which is equal to 3.16, no, or 3.162. Now, so here we are going to get to the nearest hundreds. All right. So if we're going to multiply 3 times 3.162, the product is 9.486. Okay, and it says we're going to round off to the nearest hundreds. Therefore, the square root of 40, or the square root of 90, I mean, no? So the square root of 90, okay, so therefore, no, the square root of 90 is equals to 9.486. Oops. Erase. Okay, 86. Or approximately, how much? Approximately, because we need to remove that to the, okay, approximate. Now, it's 9.49. Okay. Kasi 6 ito, higher than 5. So, idagdag natin yung isa dito. So, it becomes 9.39. Or, approximately, now, if you are going to do it, very, no, it's almost 9.5. Okay, so it's almost 9.5. Any question? All right. So let's have another activity. No? So complete the table, round each number to 2 decimal places. All right. So we have here the square root. We have a square root of 81. And the square root of 81 is 9. And 9 is rational or irrational? The answer is rational. No? Okay. Rational. Rational. Okay. Or you can just write R. But it's better to put the whole word. No? So, okay. Rational. Okay. Next, the square root of 56. The square root of 56, using your calculator, is 7, no, round to the decimal places, so 7.48, no? Is that rational or irrational? So this is irrational, no? Because it's not a perfect square and it is non-terminating. Okay, so it's irrational. Next, what about square root of 88? The square root of 88 is 9.38. Okay, 9.38 is also irrational or irrational? It's also irrational, no? So it's not rational. So irrational siya. Alright, next. What about square root of 500? The square root of 500 is 22 or 22, no? So 22.36. Alright. So this is rational or irrational? No? Irrational. Okay, so you know how to distinguish rational and irrational. What about square root of 19? The square root of 19 is 4.3588989, no? So 8989. If we're going to write the two decimals, it's only 4.36. And this is one also examples of an irrational number. Alright? Any question? Okay, so be sure you are ready to answer the modules on the worksheets for this. Okay, remember class, ang worksheet po, I graded. And also, all the activities in the modules are also graded, and we are going to put that, and we can use that as your performance test, right? Okay, for questions and clarifications, just write it at the comment section. Now, before I go, one, subscribe. 2, like, share, ring the bell button, like, number 3, leave a comment, and subscribe. 4, subscribe. You can help our Thanks for watching. Remember, gratitude is the best attitude. Bye-bye. See you again.